So if you're watching this and you don't know who I am, my name is Courtney. I am an esthetician. The reason why I'm making this video is to just educate and give people the knowledge that they need before diving into the waxing world. So this video is really geared towards those who have no experience with waxing or those who have experienced waxing, but they find that they have a lot of discomfort or they're just not happy with their services. I can't tell you how many friends I've had that had the customers coming back being like, well, you missed all this hair. Why is this back already? So maybe this video can give you some insight as to why your services are turning out the way that they are. Maybe there's something that you can do to make it better. So we're just gonna go ahead. These are my top tips when it comes to creating a pain-free, easy wax for yourself. First of all, think about, okay, the area that you're wanting to get waxed. How thick is the hair in that area and how quickly does it grow? Also, is that an area that you've been shaving for a long time? These are all factors that are going to really make a difference when it comes to how well your hair is going to come out and also how painful it's going to be. If you're somebody with very, very thick hair and you've been shaving since you were 12, I can tell you right now, it's probably not going to be that fun of a first wax. When we shave and, you know, the way that the blade is taking off the hair, it's causing the hair to grow in thicker and coarser. So therefore, going in for a wax when you've been shaving for so long and then you're letting this thick, coarse hair grow out, obviously that hair is going to be a little bit tougher to pull out. If you've never shaved the area, then, you know, your hair is still obviously at its coarsest point. It's just probably not going to be as bad as opposed to if you have been shaving that area. So, you know, overall, you don't want to go into your waxing appointment with the highest of expectations if you're somebody with a low pain tolerance and very thick hair. There was this whole craze going around like Facebook and Instagram of this pain-free wax. Nope, no such thing. No such thing as a pain-free wax, and no way for anybody to even, it's just not possible. Everybody has a different pain tolerance. Everybody's skin type is different. You know, you've got those who are more sensitive with a high pain tolerance. You have those whose skin is sensitive, but maybe they don't have a high pain tolerance, or they do have a high pain tolerance. So there's just like, it's not a thing. Now, however, there are certain waxes that can feel a little bit better compared to other waxes. Again, just depending on your tolerance. And it also comes down to your waxer's technique. So there are just too many little factors when it comes to waxing for there to even be such thing as a pain-free wax. I can't even tell you how many customers I've had come to me saying that they bought this pain-free wax and tried it at home without any kind of experience with waxing and how terrible it was. Also, please do not attempt waxing yourself at home if you have no idea what you're doing. I have heard horror stories, just terrible things about what has happened to people when they've tried waxing at home. A lot of people will lift the skin because they don't know how to take off the wax. A lot of people burn themselves because they don't know what temperature the wax needs to be at. So keep that in mind that there's no such thing as a pain-free wax. Again, tolerance, your sensitivity, the thickness of your hair, those are all big factors when it comes to how your waxing experience is going to feel. Your waxer's technique. Are they pulling parallel and quick enough, and are they applying pressure to the skin? Those are things that can really make a difference in your waxing as well. How hydrated you are is a huge factor in how your hair comes out and how much it's going to hurt. Please don't come in hungover. Try not to drink a lot of coffee or like tea or anything like that before coming in. Definitely make sure that you get enough water or electrolytes. The best way that I like to put it to my clients, when's the best time to pull weeds? The best time to pull weeds is after it's been raining. The soil is saturated with water. It's going to be just so easy to get those roots out. Same goes with pulling the hair out. The more hydrated you are, the easier that hair is just going to slide right out with the wax. Okay, so another thing to consider when getting waxed, I think I said before, you know, consider the area that you're getting waxed. Your hair grows differently on your lower legs than it does from your upper legs. And the hair on your legs grows differently on your underarms than it does you know, even to your eyebrows. It really depends on the area. You know, I find that with the upper arms and the upper legs, the hair doesn't grow in quite as quickly as it does on the lower legs. A lot of people have to come in every 2 weeks for their underarms to start out and only 4 weeks for their Brazilian. It really just depends on the area. And then everyone's hair growth cycles are different. Generally, one hair growth cycle is 2 weeks. Some of my clients, they have to come in before the 2 full hair growth cycles are up because their hair just grows so fast. And things to consider with that are you taking biotin? Are you taking a multivitamin? Are you drinking lots of water? Are you getting a lot of vitamin A in your diet? Do you have a really fast metabolism? You know, everybody's hair growth cycles are different, just as everybody's pain tolerance and sensitivity is different. Obviously, as a business owner, as an esthetician, as a waxer, I want to do my absolute best. Of course, I want to get all of that hair, but sometimes that is just not realistic. And especially if you're starting out waxing and you've been shaving, expect to have at least 2 or 3 waxing appointments in order to get all of the hair onto the same growth cycle. I have a lot of women who they let their hair grow out for like only 2 weeks. So that's 1 hair growth cycle, and they come in wanting it all gone. And I just tell them right up front, I say, you're gonna have some hairs poking out here within the next 5 days or so. You're gonna either have to let that grow out or you're gonna just have to come in more frequently. So it's really ultimately your decision. Now, these are the 3 things that I also always recommend my clients do before going in for a wax. Exfoliating the area that you're going to have waxed helps to lift up any hairs that are laying flat on the skin. Obviously, exfoliating will help with any kind of ingrown hairs. It'll prevent ingrown hairs, and it'll also lift those hairs up before going in for the wax. Having those hairs more vertical rather than horizontal to the skin, it's just going to make it a breeze for those to come right on out. Also, another thing is, you know, take an ibuprofen. As long as it's over the counter, you're fine. There's a lot of confusion of whether or not you can take anything to help the pain. Obviously, you don't want to take a prescription strength painkiller. That can cause a lot of bleeding. That can cause damage to the skin. Something like Advil or Aleve or ibuprofen that's just over the counter, that's going to make, you know, obviously a huge difference with the pain. So those are all my tips. I hope this video helped you guys out. I hope to have more videos to come that could help with waxing experiences, aesthetic experiences, makeup, things like that. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.